Hello all. Doing this like a live stream debrief, I think is probably the best way to do it. I was going to record a little video for the start of all the readings for this month, but then I got into it and I started rambling, and it was already like at 5 minutes, and I was like, this is ridiculous, so I've stopped it and started it again. This is just going to be a standalone video that I'm going to upload anyway, so as not to upset the people who just want a reading and nothing else. So I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who turned up on Wednesday. It was absolutely incredible. Like a very spur of the moment thing. I was sat in my backyard having a tap, obviously, and just suddenly was like, well, I'm going to do a live stream. Largely this is how I live my life as well. It's quite sort of flying by the seat of my pants, so it didn't really surprise me that I was approaching it in that manner. But when I put the post up on the community tab, I genuinely thought I would be struggling to be there for an hour, and probably only 50 people would turn up. But in the event, I was on for 4 hours, and many more than 50 people turned up, and lots of you have watched it subsequently as well, like after the stream ended. So that was cool, and I just loved it. I really, really loved it. The feeling of connection that I had with you all was exactly what I hoped it would be. And with the exception of Steve and his assertions that I had a demon inside of me, everybody was very pleasant and well behaved, so that was good. No, that's positive. Anyway, if you missed the live stream, I'm definitely going to do it again. It was so much fun. I couldn't possibly not do it again. So right, I'll give you more notice next time. And what I might do is maybe I'll give you a few days notice, and then give you an opportunity to kind of submit questions ahead of time, because I missed so much in the chat box. All I could see on my laptop screen was like a chat box this big. It's actually really rubbish on the laptop. So it's kind of scrolling down, and once I get to the bottom, then the whole thing would reload, and I'm sure I missed loads and loads of stuff there. So what I thought I might do was go back through the live stream chat and pick out all the questions that I didn't get a chance to answer, and maybe cobble together a little video with just the answers in there. I managed to miss my own daughter coming into the chat and saying hi mum, apparently. Sorry daughter. So yeah, got my wrist slapped for that quite a bit. Yes, I think that's everything that I have to say on that. In other news, other stuff that we covered in the live stream, the scheduler that I talked about is complete. It seems, with my ham-fisted testing, to be working pretty well, so I'm quite excited about that. It's going to make everything much easier on both sides, because I was spending so much more time emailing backwards and forwards people than actually that it was eating into time that I could have been doing readings, and this way around I think it probably works a little better. My email's still going to be in the description box, so you can still contact me through that, and plenty of you have since the live stream, which is nice. And whilst I don't always necessarily reply to every single email, I do read them all, so that's cool. What else? Book club channel. I was so excited about how enthusiastic some of you were about that, because like I genuinely am quite excited about it as well. So I'm going to set it up. I don't know what I'm going to call it. It'll probably just be fucking Scorched Earth Book Club or something like that. Why not? Carry on the brand and all that. But I'm actually legitimately quite excited about it. So I'll put that together in the next couple of days, and yeah, I'll post on social media that it's a thing. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for that, and then when it comes up you can subscribe to it, and then we can do some polls and work out what book we're going to read and stuff like that. We could even do like a massive Zoom conference call book club thing. Like, it'll be awesome. So that's the thing. What else? The tarot course, lots of enthusiasm for that, and that's awesome. But obviously it's a wicked idea, but I've been struck down almost immediately by my perfectionist streak, because obviously if I'm going to do a tarot course, I want it to be the most comprehensive, amazing tarot course that's ever been created in the history of tarot courses, and that's like that's the Leo ego thing kicking in really hard there. But what I've had to try and remind myself is that it's taken me years to kind of accumulate all the knowledge that I have about the tarot, and to try and hit somebody who's never studied it before with all of that is going to be completely overwhelming and probably not help them with their confidence and all that sort of thing. So I'm working with it. I've never done anything like that before. And so I need to wrap my massive brain around it a little bit and try and make it informative, but not too much, not over the top. Right. It's a work in progress. But it's definitely going to form a tier on the Patreon, which we also spoke about. The Patreon is the thing that I keep running up a brick wall against, and specifically because I don't really know what you would like in return is the thing. Like, obviously I don't have a lot of spare time. Time is an issue, and the YouTube stuff takes up quite a lot of that, but also kind of like, you know, my general family responsibilities and all that sort of thing as well. So I'm quite wary about committing to too much. I cannot start churning out like 30 videos a day or something like that. You know, I've seen other readers on Patreon and they do daily stuff, and like, there's no point in me committing to that because I can't do it. I literally can't do it. But I'm open to ideas. I'm open to suggestions. So if there's things that you think that would, you know, that you would like in return for kind of Patreon patronage, stick it in the description. Why do I keep saying description box? Stick it in the comment box, because like I'm really open to all of it. And ultimately, I kind of want you to guide me on this one. You know, I don't want to kind of slap it down and go, this is what you've got. You know, if there's an idea you've got about something that you'd like, and there's all sorts of different things. I miss fucking Discord servers and, you know, fucking behind the scenes Instagram shit and stuff like that. I just don't know really how interested you are in anything beyond like this, essentially. So if you've got any ideas, throw them at me. The tarot course is definitely a thing, and will definitely be on Patreon. I don't even know how to price it, is this the honest thing. Like, I'm just kind of flailing around in the dark here, but that's kind of how I do everything. So, you know, I just get a bit spontaneous about things, and yeah, that's it. So, is there anything else to you? I don't think so. I think that's everything. I just really, really loved the live stream. I loved it so much. And, you know, it's one thing seeing the numbers on, you know, your subscriber count going up and things like that, but there's a person behind every single one of those. And it's a funny thing, when the numbers really started increasing, when I got sort of over 1,000, it got to the point where I couldn't kind of imagine what that number of people looked like. So I ended up like Googling the seating capacity of venues that I knew, and I was like, you know, my local big venue is the Sage in Gateshead. It's a big metal snail thing that's on Gateshead Quays. It's a really cool building, actually. I really love it. I've seen saw Amanda Palmer there, and Nick Cave, actually, in the last couple of years. It's a really good venue, but that's got a seating capacity of like 2,500, and I was like, as the numbers started getting bigger, I was just like, wow, I like it. So we're now well over the seating capacity of the Royal Albert Hall. So there you go. The next big milestone venue is St James's Park. No, St James's. It is St James's Park, yeah. Let's get that wrong. In Newcastle, which is a football stadium, and that's 26,000. So when we hit that, like, we could fill Newcastle football stadium, which is awesome. So there you go. There's some insight into my mind that you probably didn't need or want, but you have it anyway. I've been really touched by how many of you have been so enthusiastic about my kickboxing as well. Right. Just a shameless plug for martial arts. If you've ever fancied it and not felt brave enough to do it, like, shake that off and get it done, because it's the most empowering thing I ever did. I didn't start until I was 34. And I wish I'd started when I was a kid, or at any point in between being a kid and 34, because because it's so much more than keeping fit. Right? There's loads of stuff that goes on up here as well, and it does change your character for the better. I think there's a lot of mental discipline involved that you don't really start to appreciate until you've done it for a while. And it ties in very well with meditation and stuff like that as well. So there you go. Plus, martial arts people are cool. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm glad I didn't try and tack this onto the beginning of any of the readings, because that would have been ridiculous when it's in like 10 minutes now. So anyway, I love you all. Thank you again, and I'll see you soon.